Yeah. The Black Church Food Security Network works to organize and mobilize the existing assets of the Black church to address food insecurity and food apartheid in the Black community. We essentially see the large collection of land, church kitchens, classrooms, and people as the basic ingredients needed to create our own food system. What we recognize is that food access by itself is not enough to address the hunger and disease and the red line communities. We need, beyond food access, we need agency with respect to our food environment, meaning we need to be able to control and have some power over what our food spaces look like. So the Black Church Food Security Network just brings together what we already own in order to bring that about. And Fannie Lou Hamer, she was a dynamic activist and organizer in the mid-20th century who focused on voting registration for Black folks, but also was very much so involved with food and food security. She actually started a collective called Freedom Farm Cooperative, brought people together in Sunflower County, Mississippi, to learn how to grow food. They had a pig bank where they were given pigs and taught how to use those pigs to support themselves and their families. But it's just a wonderful model. And it gets away from the food charity models that we're more familiar with. Sure. The successes have been amazing. I mean, we are everywhere that we give presentation about the Black Church Food Security Network. Churches want to be a part. Black farmers want to connect. It's basically creating a supply chain. And so the success has been that we've been able to move hundreds, thousands of pounds of produce from the Deep South with small Black farmers into the cities like Baltimore, and now other cities are coming on board soon as well. And so we're basically piecing together the kind of food system we need that pays Black farmers what they ask for, pays them well, respects them, honors them, and assists them in filling in some of the gaps that they might have, like transportation, cold storage, and the like. So putting the Black farmer on one end, Black churches on the other end, and our organization creating the supply chain between them, there's a more empowering and uplifting way to address food insecurity in our community. In terms of some of the challenges, as expected, you got folks who did not go to get MBAs in business and food and in food law. We actually are learning as we go. And for everyday folks, as much as it is a space to point to as a place where we need to grow, it's a part of the journey for everyday folks. I mean, I think we don't need specialists as much as we think we do. And even to the sermon I preached today, as much as people know Moses, they don't know the other people on the sidelines that really bring the skills to the table to make things happen. So it really helps to address some of those dynamics. I mean, you're exactly right. That as we've seen Black land loss from the early 1900s to present day, we also have seen redlining in the 1930s with the Homeowners Loan Corporation maps that redline cities like Baltimore and many other Black cities. Gentrification, eminent domain. Land is contested, and for the Black community, we're losing land everywhere. But what's one place where Black land ownership is pretty stable? Black churches. And Black churches are across the country.
You even have a garden outside.
We have a 1,500 square foot garden right outside this window where we grow about 1,200 pounds of produce each year. We grow everything from kale to broccoli to peppers we did watermelon. We have corn out there now. So you don't need hundreds of acres all the time to make a difference. And you don't need hundreds of acres to stretch people's imagination about what's possible. And as long as we're human, we're going to need food. So if we can figure out how everyday people can work together to construct more just food systems, as you just alluded to, it really does have implication for many other areas and sectors as well. Food can be just the beginning. Because if local folk can figure out food, what else can we figure out together?
I mean, we connected the air arbors are getting their food in buggies in New Holland, Pennsylvania, and guess what there is in New Holland is a global case, New Holland, that's doing a $1.4 million unmanned vehicle tractor. So it's high-tech.
Wow. I think that models like this that are inspired by Mrs. Fannie Lou Hamer and so many others. I mean, these stories
Yeah.
abound in terms of local folks who were pushed to the edges of society, historically marginalized people, who had to innovate
Yeah.
and figure out how to take care of themselves. We are inspired by those examples and are trying to extend that model to today as well, to say, listen, nobody's coming to save us.
Yeah.
No, Bezos is not coming to bless hope anytime soon,
Yeah.
or anybody else.
Yeah.
How do we roll up our sleeves and, in the spirit of what they call asset-based community development,
Yeah.
use what we already have to address what we have? Connect that. See, this is what
Yeah.
I speak of it like an ecosystem.
Yeah.
We got black churches and black farmers connected. And then there's other pockets like HBCUs and land
Yeah.
universities. If we can bring together black communities to meaningfully and proactively connect together around food, like I said,
Yeah.
the possibilities are endless, because the genius of those black students at HBCUs
Yeah.
need not be just filtered out to the Amazons or IBMs
Yeah.
of the world. Redirecting their genius back to their own communities can help build up the neighborhood.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.